Okay, so I am working on a Christmas layout. I am using a sketch, and so far all I have are my pictures, and I've mounted them on white cardstock. I went through the different colors of cardstock that go with the collection of the Keeping Traditions. And I really love using the red as my background because there's a lot of red in the pictures. And there will be some layers between the red and the picture, so I think it'll coordinate well without being too much. So the next thing I need to do is figure out what designer papers I'm going to use on this layout. So I know that I want to use this Pool Party two-tone cardstock for some elements on my page. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to put it right here so we can kind of look at it. It is two-tone, so there's like a lighter side and a darker side. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. I think it depends on the designer papers that I end up using for my layout. So each of the designer series papers has two sides. And I'm actually not going to use this one because I just made some cards using that. And I want to try some of the other papers in this collection. So this is gorgeous, and I just found out that the greenery dies, which I don't have, actually coordinate with these elements. You can actually cut them out using the dies. So I am going to hopefully get those eventually and get a whole new other collection of this because I want to play with those elements. But that's the other side. So I am actually going to be using 2 sheets of designer series papers. One of them I plan on using the front and back, and then the second paper I'm going to use just one side. These are my options, and since these are so similar, I only want to choose one of these fronts, and then I've already kind of decided I'm not going to be using this one because it's just a lot of red, and I already have red. So I think what I'm going to do is figure out which one of these I like the backs for. So these are my options. I think I definitely like, let's try this one. Let's see if I like this one on the bottom half here. And remember, I am potentially going to mount some of these with the blue. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, I like that. Okay, so that's definitely an option. And then the other side of it is this kind of polka dot-ish blue navy. This is the color here is Secret Sea, and I have that stamp, so I can definitely use that in some of the embellishments. Okay, so the other one I kind of like is, I've already kind of cut some out. Ooh, what about this? All right, let's see. So that might be the top, because I want it to be coordinating, but I don't want the pictures to blend in. And then maybe I'll do this in the middle, and then how about that? Let's see. All right, so this is kind of what I'm thinking, is that I'll do this in the bottom, and then this will be the middle strip, this will be the top. We'll use this to make some elements like tags and or part of the title and or to mat. I'm not sure which one yet. So I think this is what I'm going with. And then we'll use some of these other papers for another project. The other fun part is I have these inks. I have Real Red, Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, and Secret Sea. And I am going to be making some embellishments with the ornamental Christmas dies, which I'll show you in a second. I just made some cards using these. I want to show you what they look like. And then this Stampin' Cut and Emboss dies, the Creative Haven dies, which were on the online exclusive that were released on November 4th. I like some of these tags. And then this is the Ornamental Christmas stamp set. I wish I had more Christmas stamp sets, but this is what I have for now. And then I'll show you some of the cards I made with these elements, because kind of gives you an idea of what's going to happen on these scrapbook pages. So this is the same collection, and I'll be kind of recreating that, but on a scrapbook page. All right, so stand by. I'll be back with the next step. All right, so off camera, I've been playing around with some stuff. I went ahead and decided that I was going to do the green and navy and DSP here, the Christmas DSP down here. These are from the same collection. This is an old olive design. This is Secret Sea, and this is various colors together with the gold foiling. So I am following a sketch, and using the collection, I went ahead and mounted my pictures on white and on Pool Party. And so I'm going to kind of put those on my pages. And I might change the direction of where things are going. But sometimes I don't really know how I'm going to place things until I play around a little bit. I don't know if you guys are like that as well. I went ahead and made some tags from this paper, and I realized after I made the tags that they're going to be laying on top of a similar color of the Secret Sea. So I actually think I'm going to add a little bit of the cherry cobbler here in the strip that I have extra. And since this part is going to be covered, I can go ahead and put it to the end. You won't know that it's not all the way across. And that way, when I lay these on top, there is still some contrast. And then I actually have some journaling that I'm going to put down here. And then I went ahead and cut out and stamped some elements that I had shown you before. These are from the Ornamental Christmas dies and stamps. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with them. I'm going to play with them on camera. The other thing I did is I cut out a banner from this beautiful color. This is actually my favorite color, and it pulls from the color here in the DSP. But I made several different titles for it. I'm going to decide when I kind of play with it a little bit more which one I'm going to use. I also made a subtitle that's going to go down here, and some other elements I made on my Cricut, but I'm using the cardstock that goes with this paper, so it's all going to kind of flow together. And I'm gonna make some little clusters, but you know, our trees can't be the same size as our holly, so probably maybe make a cluster of trees down here, maybe use some dimensionals, and then maybe tuck these over this way and this way. And I will show you guys the finished product once I kind of decide where everything is going to go. Just going to adhere and use some dimensionals and maybe add a little bling. I'll be back. All right, friends, before I show you my grand finale pages, I wanted to show you what I do with my extras. So I love to play and create and then kind of figure out what works best. And I made these tonight on my Cricut using the paper from the collection that I'm using. So I'm not going to use them this time. So I'll put them in this folder that I found. They're awesome. I will put the link in my video description for these folders. They're 12 by 12 and they're awesome. I love keeping everything nice and organized. It comes with labels so you can label your different collections. But here is my final product, or my layout. So, sorry for the shine. I'm gonna lift it up so you can see. This is the final page on the right side, left side. And then my one on the right. Sorry, there's a cat who's trying to make an entrance here. That's Cleo. And then that page here. All right, thanks for watching.